Dennis Hopper is one of the most iconic mavericks the film industry has ever known. And New Mexicans have an opportunity to look behind the curtain and explore Hopper's highs, lows, and ultimately the phoenix-like ascension into cinematic immortality through the eyes of his longtime friend, or as we like to call him, El Hombre Indivisible. Did I say it right? Correct. Saya, I got it right here. Joining us this morning, Ivan Winter. You know him from Albuquerque Film and Music Experience. Saya de la Manitou, you were with Mr. Hopper for 47 years as his right-hand man.
That's
right?
correct, and it was the greatest association I could have imagined.
Wow.
And Dennis and New Mexico are part of this film because initially I met Dennis Hopper in New Mexico.
Really? Wow.
And Dennis edited the last movie, his Tour de Force, which is a focus of this film. And he edited it in Taos, New Mexico, because he wanted to be away from the Hollywood establishment.
Yeah.
And
his career really kind of seemed that way. And just looking here, folks, I encourage you to watch this trailer, go out and see the movie tomorrow. But along for the ride, I mean, he really was. He was just a man of who he was. He didn't want to necessarily play by Hollywood's rules. He did the way that he wanted to. Well, at least that's my interpretation of it.
Well, Dennis's impact is underestimated because there wouldn't be an independent film movement in the United States if it wasn't for Dennis Hopper, because Easy Rider not only was a great film, but it was the first independent feature to make money.
Really?
So the
32 million.
No kidding.
Yeah, opening weekend. So it was unheard of for that type of movie.
Wow.
To, you know, the studios didn't want to spend money on it. They're like, we're not going to put $800,000 into a biker movie.
Right.
You know, Dennis said, screw it, we're going to do it anyway. He and Peter Fonda did it, and you know, it won huge awards out in Cannes, and $32 million opening box office weekend for Easy Rider back in 1969. A lot of money.
That is a lot of money for 1960. And I'd say arguably one of the best soundtracks ever. Easy Rider, the soundtrack.
Dennis Hopper started MTV because that was the first film in which extant music was used. Because Bert Snyder, the president of BBS, who gave Dennis the money to make Easy Rider, when Dennis needed the money to score the film, he wanted to use an established musician like Jerry Goldsmith or John Williams, somebody like that. Bert said, listen, they think I'm nuts giving you $380,000. You think I'm going to give you another 50 grand for Jerry Goldsmith?
Right.
So he went around and called in favors to friends like Jimi Hendrix, Bob Dylan, the Byrds, Neil Young, Miles Davis, you name it. And Dennis just called in favors, and that was the first time that extant music was used in a feature film.
That is amazing. So very quickly, because we're going to run out of time, tomorrow night at the Kemo
Theater,
this film is
Along
screening.
for the Ride. It's screening 6 p.m. Tickets are only $10.
Okay.
You know, this New Mexico really is a character in this movie, along with Satya, Dwight Yoakam, Fred Caruso, Vin Vendors. I mean, the list goes on. People that were interviewed. So you know, if you love New Mexico, love the film movement and the arts and photography, Dennis Hopper was quintessential when it came to contributions to the arts and social impact of it all. So
it's a very important film. Unfortunately, we're running out of time here. I wish we could talk more about it.
And if your audience doesn't have time to see it at the Kemo, they could see it at the Cocteau for a week.
Cocteau in Santa Fe. There you go. And of course, we'll have all that information over at foxnewmexico.com.